Welcome to Champion I Win, the space where we discover our identity, rebuild our confidence, and rise in faith and purpose. I'm your host, Ava Pitts, life coach, speaker, and believer that even when life knocks us down, we are never out for the count. We rise again. Each episode, we'll share real stories and practical encouragement to help you heal, grow, and step boldly into your purpose. So if you're ready to find your strength, your voice, and your victory, hit that subscribe button and let's unleash your triumph. Today, we are talking about what real healing looks like with my special guest, Bi Aminah, host of Spirals of Strength podcast. We actually met through the Seven Figure Podcast community, and shout out to that community, to that amazing family of creators and coaches. It's such a blessing to be a part of a community that connects with people who uses their life experiences to encourage and uplift others. Bi Aminah, welcome to Champion I Win. I'm so excited to have you here today. I love the title, Spirals of Strength. What inspired you to create that, and what does that personally means to you?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ava, for hosting me. I'm indeed humbled to be your guest. Spirals of Strength. Spirals of Strength actually began with a suitcase, two brave little girls, and a decision I never thought I'd ever make in my life. And that was to leave a marriage that was just a few months shy of 30 years and start over in a new country. In that wilderness, I noticed a pattern. I'd think that I was healed, then something would trigger me. You know, that old trigger would tap me on the shoulder. And at first, I called it failure. I soon realized it wasn't failure. It was a spiral. I was passing in the same neighborhood, but on a higher floor. So I created the podcast because so many survivors are told, move on, get over it, you know, just redirect your life without being given a map. So we needed a room where this truth is welcome, where we speak boundaries, nervous system care, identity, faith, and work without shame, rebuilding, you know? So at the Spirals of Strength podcast, each episode blends a lived story with one or two tools that you can practice the same day, a sentence to hold a boundary, a reframe to quiet the self-blame, and a ritual to settle your body. Spirals of Strength to me is three things, actually. First, it is the permission to tell yourself that you are not broken for circling back. You are deepening. You are becoming. The second is that the spiral lifts you. The storm may be the same, but you're on a higher altitude and a better view. And the third one is that strength is built in small turns, breath by breath, choice by choice, community by community. So the show is my love letter to my lighthouse. Proof that we can repair and irradiance at the same time. Healing is a spiral, upward, inward, and onward. Nobody has to climb it alone.
Wow. I love it. So when you think about your own journey, you said you had two baby girls and a suitcase.
And a suitcase.
So when you think back on your own journey, like what helped you begin to rediscover who you were in that season of healing?
What helped me rediscover was actually the triggers that kept tapping me on my shoulder. You see, when I left home, I thought that I had left the trouble behind. I had done nothing totally to help my body. You know, the trauma lives in the body. So I had done nothing to relieve my body of the trauma that it had gone through during the breakup. So anything would trigger me. So that is what made me realize that, you know what? You can actually get through this. You can actually work through this if you want to and get to the other side, because I was craving peace. I was craving to be able to continue with my life without being pulled back by what had happened. So that is what propelled me forward.
Wow. That's powerful. I like that. So you say you had triggers. What things helped you to get past those triggers? Because I mean, I have triggers too. Some of the things that I was going through in my pain, there are triggers that draw you back into that place, and you want peace. You want it. And so what's some of the things that, or some of the things you had to learn in order to not let those triggers affect you? I mean, they could affect you some, but not so deeply.
Well, the very first thing that I learned, and it's a simple tool, and I love to teach it. Breathing. That breathing in for 4, holding for 2, and then exhaling for 6. That was by far the best thing that helped. I was already on antidepressants.
Okay.
The anxiety was terrible, but the breathing helped me. And I found that with the longer exhale, it was like I was giving my body permission that it is okay, you are safe.
Right.
So that was the first thing that helped me. Secondly, I had to seek help with a coach. Somebody who could focus on the future, on where I wanted to grow to be, on where I wanted to, how I wanted my life to look like in the future. So we focus a lot on building the future.
Right.
And the moment my doctor put me off the medications, I realized that I had a desire to wake up every morning and build towards the life that I wanted. I'm not going to say it was easy, but it was doable. And it was so worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the thing I like about when you say spirals of strength, because it's not a straight line. Healing is not a straight, and I love that you say healing is not a straight line. There are twists and turns. There are moments when one day you're laughing, and the next minute you may be crying, or the next minute you may be just screaming. Because I had plenty of moments that I was in that spiral, and I just keep thinking back to that your title, spirals. Healing is not linear; it's spirals, and so I believe that our pain often pushes us to purpose. How has your pain shaped your calling to help other women?
You see, I left home in Africa, Kenya specifically.
Okay.
And growing up as a young girl in the Kenyan community, you're told the good girl is obviously to be seen and not to be heard. So I left being the good girl and I became the good wife. So the good wife carries her family through. The good wife will persevere all the problems. The good wife will put everybody first before her. It's always you doing things for others than doing things for yourself. Number one. Number two, talking about your life's challenges is frowned upon. So when I got here, I realized that there is so many people who are stuck. You don't know who to talk to. You think that people will look at you as weak. You are probably going to make the gossip headlines for however long. So we tend to shy away and just be boxed into that position of not being seen or not being heard, and without the desire to live a life for yourself. Because I'm pretty sure uh, if you had asked me back then, who are you? I'll begin by saying I'm so and so's wife, I'm so and
Yeah.
so's mother, then my job, then anything else. But I haven't told you anything about me. You don't know.
Me, yeah.
You don't know my wants, my desires. I have not spoken about that because that is the way we were conditioned.
Right.
So when I realized that, I thought that there's a lot of people who are going through challenges out there. And for one thing, my marriage was good, also, I thought, until that last phase. Now, there are people who get married and all through it is just troubles and twists and turns. I don't know how they survive that. So, by speaking up, I decided to be a voice for the voiceless, to encourage somebody that you can actually do this.
Right.
Yes.
Be a voice to the voiceless.
Mhm.
I love that. I love that, Bi Aminah. And a lot of us who's going through have a voice. And my thing too is I want to help other women rediscover who they are, their identity. Like you say, you was a wife, a mother, this and that. But no one knows who are you? Who are you as the person? So I love that about your testimony, and glad to share how you rebuilt or rebuilding, your life from the pain and hurt that you went through. And how did, I guess, your confidence, because I met you in person, we spent time together.
I had a blast in the US, believe me. And I was just thinking to myself there, I could take another flight down there just to come and spend time with you. I really had a good time.
But maybe next time I need to come to Canada because I only been in Canada once.
Yes.
But what helped you rebuild that confidence? I mean, the confidence, your voice, finding that voice. And if you had to speak to another woman, like if she was stuck in that spiral, what can you tell her? What will you share with her?
Okay, to answer your first question, what gave me the confidence?
The confidence.
At that time, the pain of speaking up was greater than the fear of the unknown. Because you don't know when you speak up, you don't know what you're going to meet. I've had a few people who told me that, I mean, you stayed 30 years, why didn't you just finish the leg? Why now?
Why now? Right.
You know? And that discomfort, that pain of not speaking up was too great for me. That's why I spoke up. Now, to that woman who is rebuilding, it is I usually, in my coaching, I guide you to find out what you really want for yourself. And if you're okay staying where you are. And together we map out what you could be missing by staying in the same position. So it is up to that lady now to decide, this is what I want, I can't do this anymore. And it varies. It varies. I've worked with, people of different ages, and I find that the woman who's hit 40, she is fierce. When they discover what they want and where they want to go, nothing is stopping them. They don't settle. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, at first, for me, I know I had to sit down like, rediscover, like, who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I without this other person? I was afraid of the unknown because I had a life with this person and it was okay. But then now we separated, divorcing, and it's like, okay, who am I? Which way do I go? Can I do this? I had to find courage to kind of like step into my next. Not only going to divorce, okay, now unemployment. So there's a lot of things going on. So it's like I had to figure out how to pivot, I guess. And also figure out, what do I want to do next? There is life outside of divorce. Where do you go from here? Where do you want to do next? And I did talk to you a little bit when we was in Atlanta for the summit. We both in the arena of helping women. And because we do have a voice, we have a lot that we can offer to make an impact on others. And I felt like, well, that's what I want to do. So I had to pretty much pick myself up off the ground. Because one time I was in a pity party and I said, okay, Ava, you can do this. You can make a life for yourself. And so far, it's been going great. I love it. I have people in my circle, such as you. I think we talk to each other once a week. And it's been great to have that community of people to kind of help you, propel you to your next. So it's been a joy, a pleasure in knowing you in the spirals of strength. I have done the breathing techniques. I have watched your video and I have done the breathing techniques.
Yeah.
And, and I was releasing and it was good.
Yeah.
And I was going to tell you, let's do this breathing technique while we're on camera.
That breathing technique, oh my goodness, it got me off medication. So I have a lot of confidence in it. So speaking of courage, imagine at the time that my divorce happened, I was a stay-at-home mom. And this other person was a sole breadwinner. Now, immediately, the first casualty that I suffered was being cut off finances. So now I have been cut off finances. Then my kids have been withdrawn from school. And I'm thinking, and I first realized that very quickly that this was not just any normal situation. My life was actually in danger because I did suffer a few physical beatings,
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking to myself, when did I allow myself to be treated like this? Where did the little princess that my parents brought up, where did she go to? Where was the queen that I thought I was? So step number one was to get myself out of that situation. You can imagine, this is a stay-at-home mom. You're leaving the country and not alone, with two girls.
Wait a minute, you was leaving the country?
Yes.
Okay.
You're leaving the country with two girls, and you're going to a place where you have chosen on the map.
Wow.
Boy, if I tell you that I was terrified, it is an understatement.
So you just picked the place you just got the map.
Yeah. And I looked at it and I said that, of course, with the help of Google, I was up. I wanted a small place. I put in all my specifications, so it gave me a number of places.
Okay.
And I chose this place on the map.
Wow.
And we just arrived.
So hold up. You, with the help of Google, you picked a place on the map.
Yep.
And that's where you went. Wow, that took, I don't know if I would have been able to do that. To leave the country, just pick a spot on the map. Oh my goodness.
And then arrive here and then now begin. We arrived as tourists. Then I began the asylum process and what to citizenship, So it was an If I speak of being paralyzed by fear, believe me, I know what it is like.
Oh, yes.
A day or two, no, a week before I left, I had my first panic attack.
Mm-hmm.
4 o'clock in the morning, I have woken up, I have broken into a cold sweat, and I'm asking myself, what if? What if I end up on the streets? What if we end up
Mm-hmm.
being... There was so many what ifs,
I'm sure
but I pushed through anyway.
you pushed through.
And I often reflect back to that and think that if I could work through that, I can work through anything.
Everything else is easy peasy.
Yes.
If you push through and work through that, because that's a lot with 2 babies,
Yes.
and you said a suitcase coming from another country and had to go through all the legalities and stuff like that. Because I'm sure that wasn't an easy
Oh, no, it
process.
wasn't.
It's a process.
It's a process.
Yes, that is definitely a process. Yes, you push through. You push through that. You could push through anything.
Yeah.
Definitely, it took much strength, courage.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, to do that. I mean, like I couldn't even fathom leaving another country and just picking it on the map and say, okay, this is where I'm going. And there's so many unknowns, and like you said, and what if this, and what if that don't do, and what if it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Oh, that's a lot. And you have the strength and the courage to press through it all.
I did. And sometimes I look back and I wonder, oh, where did all that courage come from? But I wanted to fight for my life. I did not want to go down as a statistic.
Right.
I did not want to make those numbers of femicide. So I decided that, you know what? Nobody's going to do it for me. I have to do it myself. One very humbling realization that nobody's going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself.
Right. And you had 2 baby girls.
Yes. They were 10 and 14 then.
They was 10 and 14 then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I call them baby girls, but you know.
Yeah.
But yes, and you living for yourself and living for those babies, you know, that gives you the extraness that you need, because I have to fight for my girls, my family.
They kept me going, even on days when I literally wanted to give up, because I had those too. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's times you want to give up. When you look at them babies, you be like, okay, you got to keep it moving. You just want to crawl up on a rock and die sometimes, and you be like, no, I can't. I have to fight.
Yes.
You know, you have to fight.
Yes.
Oh, what an amazing story! I mean, of strength and courage. And you know, all the time I do think about your story, because you shared a little bit with me, and I was like, sometimes I look at it, if she can do all of this.
Yeah.
Then this little bitty mess that I'm going through, I can get through this. I can push through. I can push through. Oh, it's been amazing. So before we wrap up, is there anything that you want to share to encourage women out there that's going through hurt and pain? Like anything you want to tell them?
Yes. Find yourself. Do something for yourself.
Something for yourself.
Have your own identity. Yes, you may be so-and-so's mother or so-and-so's wife, but who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Define who you are. Define what you want in life. And stay on that path. Make yourself be productive. Do something that will keep you going.
Right.
Yeah.
Some women think it's like starting over. Do you think it feels like starting over, or just stepping into another chapter? I don't feel like I'm starting over.
That's what I thought that it is starting over, but honestly, it is just stepping into another chapter. And another thing is that don't look at your marriage like a failure.
Okay.
That was just, I mean, if you look at a book, if you pick up a book and you're reading through the book, you don't get stuck in chapter 1 or chapter 10. You read through. This is just another phase of your life, which if you work through, is going to be the best.
Yes.
You might be thinking you're starting over, but you have loads of experience. So ride on that and just do not accept defeat.
Amen. Do not accept defeat.
Do not accept defeat. And above all, rely on your Creator.
Yes.
He never leaves, even when everybody else leaves. He will never leave.
He will never leave.
Prayer away, just a whisper away.
That's it.
Yep.
I always stand on that. He would never leave you nor forsaken you.
No.
And he just whisper away. That is so true. I love it. I love it. Bi Aminah, this has been such an inspiring conversation.
Thank you, Ava, for having me. I'm really humbled to be on your podcast.
Well, thank you so much, my friend. Make sure you connect with Bi Aminah and her podcast, Spirals of Strength. Is there any way you want to share for us how people can reach you,
At Spirals of Strength, I will soon be launching on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. Just find Spirals of Strength. Indeed, you will find spirals that you can get strength from.
All right. Because remember, healing may not be linear, but every turn is still taking you higher. Every tear, every triumph, it all counts. Keep the faith, keep showing up, and always, as I say, unleash your triumph. Thanks for tuning in to Champion I Win. If this episode encouraged you, make sure you subscribe, like, and share with a friend, and let someone know your story isn't over. Your story isn't over. We're not accepting defeat. Because this podcast is called Champion I Win. It's called Champion I Win for a reason. Because you are a champion and you win. And so I see you later. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. Thank you.
Champion, champion. Hear the people say, champion, champion. Unleash your triumph Tuesday. Champion, champion. Unleash your triumph today. Triumph today. Yeah, the road is long, the climb is steep, but the victory's sweet, so dig in deep.